Hi besties, good morning to you all. How are you guys doing? So today we'll be learning how to cut this outfit. Look at this beautiful gown with Aso Oke design. It's stylish, it's speaking. If you would want to learn this, please stay calm and learn it. And if you are meeting our channel for the first time, please subscribe. Thank you. Let's get to the business. So we have measured our fabric for the exact length we'll be using, and we have marked out our lines. So the hip line, the waistline, and the chest line, we have already outlined them. So what next we'll do now is to cross check for it, and we'll be heading over to taking our neck measurements, which is 3. We did it 3 by 3 and 3 by 1. 3 for the width, and for the back side we did 1 inch, and for the neck depth, the front one will do 3 inches. Then we'll connect it to the neckline. So here we're going to be measuring our shoulder, which is shoulder divided by 2, and for the sleeve we'll be using Aso Oke for it. So the first thing to do is to get the measurement of your Aso Oke. Here is 5.5. So from that 5.5, we will now know how many that will deduct, so that we can get the actual sleeve length. So what we'll be doing here is, from that our shoulder measurement, that our shoulder mark, we'll get our full measurement for the sleeve, and then minus the Aso Oke. You can see what I did. I minus that 5.5 from Aso Oke. So whatever that is remaining here, I'll bring it down this place. That is where I'll be marking it to get our sleeve. So here we come down by 1 inch to give that shoulder a slant, because it's not going to be straight. You can see what I did. So for that shoulder slant, you come down and measure your armhole or your arm opening, whichever way you want it. It depends on how opening you want it to be. Me, I want my own to be a bit open, so I measure it all through and roll it. Next thing is to connect the line. And from that place, I beat this as my chest line, and then I measured my bust circumference divided by 4 plus extra 2 inches. For the waist, I did my waist divided by 2 plus extra 3 inches. I don't want my waist to be that deep, so I added 3 inches. I'm doing the same thing to the hip line, hip divided by 4 plus extra 2 inches. So it will be serving as the sewing allowance and also the ease allowance. It's not that big boo-boo, so I still want it to have these curves. The next thing to do is, from that hip measurement, get the full hip measurement with the extra 2 inches added to it. Then take the same measurement downwards. It will just be straight. I don't want anything extra or anything reduced. Mark it till you get to the hemline, and then we'll connect with our ruler. The next thing to do now is to give our armhole a curve and our waistline a curve, because I don't want it to be too sharp. I don't want that pointed edge. The next thing right from there is to get our pocket. From that our waist measurement, we are getting our pocket. Our pocket opening is 7 inches, and then we'll give it a good curve. You can see what I'm doing. Some people like doing it straight, but no, I don't like that. I love doing this curvy part of it. You can see how it is and how I'm doing it. After which, the next thing is to start cutting. Please, while cutting around this pocket, make sure that your mind is in it, so that you don't go and cut off the pocket by mistake, because I've done such mistake before. But this one, my mind was fully on it, you can see. So here we are trimming out the neck, the back neck, and you know this material is folded into 4. The front and the back, they are together. So what I will do now is to remove the back side so that I can get the measurements and trim off the front side. And for this front side, you know the Aso Oke design, you have a slant by the neckline. That's the neck depth. I'm using 9.5 for it, minus 1 inch, which is for that back side. So I'm getting 9, and then I did it this way to check if the opening will be too much, but it's not too much, so it's okay. I'm marking the 9.5 inch. You can go below, you can do 10, you can do 11, depending on how open you want it. If you want your cleavage to show, if you don't want it, you can still go up. You can do like 8, you can do like 7 if you don't want it a deep neckline. But this person is a breastfeeding mother, so I did it that way so that she can easily feed her baby from that place, since the clothes, the dress will not be having a zip at the back. So the next thing to do right now is trim out the neck, the front neck, and we will open the neck depth. You see what I'm doing? Just a straight cut to that point we marked, that was 9.5. So that's it. The next thing now is to get our Aso Oke. That's your Aso Oke. Check the good side. You know it has front and back, and then the measurement for the Aso Oke is 5.5. You already know. And I'm using the waist measurements for this one. I'm using the waist measurement for it. What I will do, I measure the waist measurement. That measurement, I will use it and cut out the Aso Oke, and I will cut 2 pieces of it. This is it. So I will divide it into 2. I will use this one and cut the next one. This particular part is not straight, so I'm using the other end, which is this. I will cut exactly the same length with the first one I cut already. So the next thing to do is to secure it with a pin so it doesn't get to move, doesn't shift. That's what I'm doing. Secure it with your pin, then place your fabric on it. That's your front part of the fabric on it, so that we can cut out the neckline, because we'll be using that Aso Oke as interfacing. We'll use it as an interface, so we're using it to interface the dress, and that is it. So this place, we've cut out the neck, trimming it this way. And we'll mark out that place that the front slit stopped. That exact place, mark it out, then sew it down from that place. But as for you, I will advise you to sew all through then before you come and trim out the neckline, then open it again. If you still want to do this way that I did, fine. You see, we've sewn down that part. And the next thing to do right now is this particular fabric. We'll turn your material, the fabric that I have cut already, turn it the back side, and let your Aso Oke front side, that's the right side, be facing the back side of your fabric, so that when you flip it over, the good side will be showing at the good side of your fabric. You get? That is it. So carefully place it, and then you go and sew it. Before then, this place is not that down part is not supposed to be stretched from the design we are working with. From our inspiration, that place is it has a slant curve, or is being slanted. So what we'll do is trim it off. I went up by 3.5 inch, then connect it to the center and trim it off, by giving it this good shape. You can see. So the next thing to do now is go and sew. You will first of all sew the slanted area. Don't sew the neckline, just sew the slanted area, because you are still going to flip it over and it's not a turn up. You're not doing the neckline, you're just doing the slanted part. Can you see you are done? And then is to notch it and flip it over to the other side, which is this way. You can see. After doing this, you can give it a good press. Secure it with your pin so that you don't get to move. It will relax. And then you can use your iron to iron it. Now, if you don't have your iron, don't worry. I will show you how to get the mid, because we need the midpoints. What we do is fold up your fabric into two. Make sure the whole part is aligning. They are facing each other. No part is shifted. If you see what I'm doing right here, carefully place it. You see what I'm doing? Then use the edge of your palm to press it down. Press it down so well so that it will relax. If you do it so well, by the time you open it, you'll be seeing that line there. Do it for the hemline also. Press it down. Press it down. So now it's open. You can see the line there. Look at the line. What you now do is, you see, flip it over. Make sure that that pointed edge is at that line, like it's touching that line. You can see. That's to maintain that center placement. Always secure with pin to avoid distraction. Secure with pin so it doesn't shift. So the next thing to do right now is to trim out this pointed edge here, so that it will allow that place to relax. You see it? So the next thing to do right now is to measure 1/2 inch all through these two edges, because we'll be folding it in and I don't have a pressing iron steady or standby to iron that place down, so I'm going to be using this 1/2 inch line as my guideline while folding it in. So after marking your line, you start folding it in and secure it with your pin. Make sure you're securing it with your pin. So we are done sewing it, so go and sew it. We're done pinning it down, go to the machine and sew it round. And here is it. I'll sew it down. You can see it. The next thing to do right now is to place the back side to it and sew the edges, sew the shoulder. Join the shoulders together. We are done joining the shoulders together. Is now to add the remaining part of the sleeve, which is the Aso Oke. You measure whatever you have here after joining, and then go to your Aso Oke and cut the same measurement. So here it is, and we'll be cutting it into two for the two sleeves. So place it this way, then use half an inch to sew it. Attach it to the sleeve. Do the same thing to the other sleeve. Now this particular part is for the downside design. Get your fabric, the front one, and fold it into two to get the center, that's the midpoint. This way. You can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to fix it and know the exact part that it will be okay. Or how to place it, how well to place it. You can see that part is not shorting. You can see. So it's okay that way. The next thing to do right now is to the sleeve. I've attached the sleeve. The next thing to do right now is to get the front part, fold it into two again, and make sure all the parts are aligning, they are facing each other. None is longer than the other side or shifted more than the other side. Then I will be measuring our hem line. Mark 1 inch, that's for the hem. And roll it. We'll be hemming it this 1 inch. And from this part, remember our Aso Oke is folded into two. So we'll start placing it. Watch closely so that you see. If you have watched this video to this extent and you have not given us a thumbs up and a like and a follow, please do well. Subscribe to our channel so that you come back to watch all of our videos, and you click the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. In this channel, we train people for free. We post tutorials on how to achieve styles. No knowledge is a waste. You might know it, yes, but there's something different. The way I'm doing it might not be the way you're doing it. Even me, I watch other people's tutorial also, and you learn. It's not like you don't know it, but you just want to see something that person is doing different. It might help you. It might make your work easier. Please do well to like and subscribe. Thank you. So what we are doing here now is we'll mark out the edges, and we'll be using our scissors to notch it. That's for the upper part. I'm notching that side, and you use your ruler and your chalk to draw a faint line. Don't make it too bold, just draw a faint line, the line that will guide you and how you place your Aso Oke. Do the same thing to this other side. We want our Aso Oke to be placed triangular, in a triangular form, that way. So this one, we'll take it to a sewing machine to sew that part that we marked. So we are done sewing it. You can see what it looks like. Then we'll trim the excess. Because we are placing it on that line that we marked. So we are using that line as a guide. That's why we mark that line. Now you have to secure it with your pin so it doesn't get to move. Secure it with your pin, secure both sides. Place it carefully, take your time. So we are done sewing it. We have taken it to a machine and we are done sewing it. The next thing that we'll do right now is to pipe the neckline. Initially, I wanted to make the neckline a collar neckline, but unfortunately the Aso Oke is finished, so I do not have any other option than to pipe it. So for you, if you want to do your own collar neckline, you can as well still do it. All you have to do is measure around neck and then cut your collar and attach to it. But right now I'll be piping it. So this is the final look. I've piped it and then I have hemmed the hemline, the hemline, and joined the parts together. This is the outcome. Thank you for watching.